Good morning, beautiful beings. Are you somebody who has a fear of being judged for being single or not wanting to step down the normal path of get married, get the job, buy the house, have kids, live happily ever after? If yes, this video is for you. My name is Phoenix Martino. I'm your messenger of love for the day, your guide to personal freedom and peace. Let's go. Welcome to my beautiful home, beautiful nature, beautiful life. How blessed we are to have abundance around us every single day. Every day there is so much food, there is so much wealth in this world, there is so much connection. We are so blessed, so much oxygen, so much clean water, so much clean air. What more could I want? Gratitude. It's day 4, and the topic today is why every single person, why us, why we need to break up with our parents and society and maybe even a partner and be single. And hear me out. The topics that you sent in to me were someone saying the controversial topic is not marrying, not having kids, and that being considered a big thing in society. So some person's feeling judged by that. Society puts those people in a bad light. You know, they must be a loser, they must be lonely, they must not be good enough. Or another person sent in choosing to be single even for a period of time. And here's the thing, even what's coming up behind those questions is what I want to look at. Currently, I'm single right now. I love being single. And don't get me wrong, I love connection, I love relationships. But here's the thing. What is driving those questions and what is driving people's choices a lot of the time is loneliness. I am lonely, and so I need to fill the void of loneliness because that is painful. I'm feeling pressure to marry or be in a relationship because that comes from my culture or my parents. This is fear. Caring about what other people think about me. Avoiding my own pain. This even relates to being in a job that I don't like because of my parents or my cultural expectations around money and what it means to be a failure and what it means to be rejected. And I do not want to be rejected by society. I do not want to be all alone, all on my own. This is human survival instinct. This is the base of our primal survival, which triggers our brain, which has thoughts and has our bodies in stress and fear. And stress is the root cause of all dis-ease. We are making ourselves sick. And these thoughts, you didn't create them. The fact you were born into a certain culture in a certain time in human history is you have been conditioned to have these thoughts. And people are living and walking around as if they are deer in headlights on the street. I gotta look good, do my hair well, I gotta dress well, I gotta please people all around me. I'm in a job I don't like, but I gotta please my parents. I don't wanna be seen as a failure by my friends, and I gotta please my friends. I don't wanna create any conflict with anyone. I'm so conflict averse. But inside of me, I've just got all this turmoil that's exploding. I'm not getting what I really want and creating what I really want because I'm so scared of being judged by my family and friends. And this is why we need to break up with our parents. This is an act of self-love and an act of love to our parents to free them from the codependency of a father and a mother with a son and a daughter, to let them become their own man and woman again so they don't have to stay a parent for the rest of their life, to let them be free to be their own man and woman. You remember before they had you as a child? Where they were just a man and woman, they're just like us going through the world, don't have all the answers, trying to figure everything out. Take away the attachments and neediness from them. Show them that you don't need anything from them so they can be free and so you can be free, and not blame your parents for everything they've done wrong to you. Be a victim to that. No, they have loved you. They have done the best they could with what they had and the tools. So deal with your own stories and trauma and become your own person. separate from their cultural and time conditions of whether it was work 9 to 5 to build up a family, to provide safety during the times post-war. That was needed. This was the Industrial Revolution. We are in a new time, people. This is the age of the Aquarius. This is the age of freedom. This is the age of liberating and breaking free from your own conditioned thoughts in society, to come back away from the Darwinism and the survival to collective cooperation. This is the age of love. You want to have kids? You want to have a family? Do that. You don't do that. Do not let conditioning of our parents hold you back from what you want. This is a different time. And if you let that happen and then you have kids, you're just going to project your whole beliefs and reality onto your children and keep this as a self-fulfilling prophecy over the time. If you go back through your grandparents and the lineages, you'll see it's the same patterns and conditions playing out in your parents as it was your grandparents, as it was their relationships, and so on, until you become the one to break the cycle, to liberate, to become free, not just for you, but for your partner, if that's what you choose to be in, for your children, so that you can become a custodian of the children. You don't own your children. You don't control your children. Most parents think they do. They try to project their beliefs and what they think's right on them. No, we bring these souls into the world to nurture and take care of up until they are 7 years old, and then they move into a different stage up until they're 12. We nurture that. We hold space for that. But they are their own sovereign being with their own personality. We hold space and we let go. We keep them safe and then we let go so they can become their own person. And there's a story in the men's work, in the tradition. A young boy needs to steal the key from under his mother's pillow, all the attachments, all the neediness. He needs to reclaim his power to come into his manhood. And we also need to break up with society. Because the fact you were born in a certain culture in a certain time means you have different conditions. If it was the Middle East, you have to cover yourself up in a proper way. You've got to communicate in a proper way. If it was America, you've got to be a certain way and big in this and that. And if you're in Australia, tall poppy syndrome, do not speak out, do not be anything. That's terrible. You'll be looked down upon. In America, that's celebrated. So the fact you were born in a different country builds different conditions into you. You need to break up with those to be your authentic, free self. What I was born into was go to uni, get the job that I thought was my dream job but was just conditioned, be in a relationship, get married, have a nice house in a nice suburb and live happily ever after. And I tell you right now, 1 year into my job, didn't feel happy. Stressed, burnt out in my body, frustrated, comparing myself to people who I thought had found their one thing, and me feeling unfulfilled and not valued by my team, not valued by things for the people I had. But then I realized one day, I got to stop blaming everything around me. I got to stop living in fear of failure. I'm the only one that creates my reality. So I took self-responsibility and I quit. Against all the cultural conditioning of my parents of, oh, no, that's bad, don't do that, what are you going to do for money? Against all the cultural conditioning of every single person that was in my community. Oh, what, you can't do that, what are you going to do? You can't make money and do what you're passionate about. Only inside of the action do I get the real lessons. All the other stuff is just fear manifested, yeah? It's thoughts of what if, what's the worst case scenario, what's going to happen. It's all just made up fear thoughts until you take the action and realize, oh, wow, that person's supporting me. Oh, my mentor's supporting me. Oh, this person wants me to win. Oh, my parent has a little bit of fear and they want me to make money, but they're actually trying to take care of me. They're just concerned, but they still want what's best for me deep down. Oh, that friend is projecting a little bit of their own stuff on me, but now they're living vicariously through me. And I'll tell you right now, people, once you've broken up with your parents and society, the amount of people that look at me and they go, oh, you're so inspiring. What you're doing is so inspiring. I'm not interested in being that. Because you're vicariously projecting onto me your own dreams, your own potential. All I want for you is to step into your own potential. Don't project on me and then I become some, on pedestal or some other thing. No. I'm here to help you step into your own courage, your own potential, to break up with the conditions that are self-limiting barriers conditioned by your parents and society, so you can live your most authentic self in whatever expression that is. It doesn't have to be like me, living in nature, surrounded by community. It's whatever it is for you. You want to live in a mansion and drive around in sports cars? Let me help you do that. You want to start your own business you haven't done for years but you've been thinking about? One of my current clients who I'm starting with this week was so scared of leaving, and she left, and then her mentor, who's older, was like, oh my gosh, I've always thought about this for years but never had the courage. I'm going to vicariously live through you. She wasn't expecting that feedback. But here's the thing, people go into their 30s, their 40s, then they have the children, then they feel even more stuck, and then the children grow up and leave the home, and then they retire, and then they just let their dreams go, and they live an okay life, but they were never really deep down fulfilled in their heart and soul. Don't be one of those people. Because what happens in that is it builds up a lot of resentment and stress. They project that onto their kids, and so they start parenting their children in a certain way because they didn't live a certain way. And all children are looking for is the embodiment. You know when you tell a child what to do, they don't do it? Why? Because they're watching your actions and behavior. And when you tell them to do something and they can see there's a lack of integrity in you, they're not going to do it. Why would I listen to you as my parent when you're telling me this and you don't even do it yourself? Become a leader. Lead your children. Lead your family. Lead your friends. It's time to end fear. It's time to step into something new. Hey Tama, love you brother. Good to see you tuning in. It's time to step into your highest potential, into love, and to stop making it about you. Society against you, your parents against you. It's time to take your power back and live your truth and inspire all the people around you to live their truth. Gandhi, be the change. Don't try and change others or live vicariously through others. Be the change. Courage, core, to tell the truth of your whole heart. Courage. It's what it is. Vulnerability, Brene Brown. The power of you is in your vulnerability. Your vulnerability to ask for help when you don't know. When I stepped into this path, I didn't have a roadmap. I didn't have a mentor, but I found them. We can't do this alone. You want to break up with your parents and society and step into your truth, you need support. Not from like you lack. It's just having people that have been there before and can show you the way and make this easy. And when we are so supported by people around me, I have a whole team of mentors and elders and people that are on the same space and level as me, and then people I support. This is the indigenous way. This is where the elders kept the wisdom. The parents kept a certain place. The children kept a certain place, and then they move and they transition through. It's like that, but it has nothing to do with age. We're on a constant evolution journey. And people who are successful in business and have millions of dollars, don't look up to them and think they've made it. They're just successful in one thing. They've learned how to do business. That doesn't mean they're emotionally healthy and spiritually healthy and know how to deal with relationships. I guarantee you, some of the wealthiest people in the world are like struggling inside. Why there's all these stories of successful people, famous people, artists, entrepreneurs that are burnt out, that are depressed, that suicide, all this stuff. People are just successful in one paradigm. So make the goal to be on all paradigms. Have wellness in all aspects of who you are. Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, relational, financial. It's time. It's time to become single in yourself, so that you can become an independent being from society and your parents. So you can become an independent being to draw in the relationship that you really want, not build off codependency, but interdependence, where you feel safe in your own body, your own purpose, your own financial situation. You don't pull on anything from anyone. So you can create a healthy relationship with a partner, a healthy relationship with your future children or your current children. To just be love. So be peace, be love, be absolutely authentically you. Blessings, blessings, blessings to all of you. I love you all.